Hey guys, hey, it's Bree here coming at you guys with another video, and today I want to talk about our nervous system. How healing the nervous system can actually help in your intuition. Help you tap into that intuition, trust that intuition, and literally it can change your life when you heal your nervous system. It can do so many things. For the past year, I really worked on my nervous system. I lived in a state of fight or flight for the longest time. And then I really dived into healing my nervous system, doing the stuff in the Unlock Your Intuition Within course, everything that I can do to help me unlock my own intuition even further than before. So if this is something that you are really wanting to tap into, wanting to learn more of, well then, let's get to healing. Alright, so first things first. Stop scrolling through social media. Stop it. Just stop. I'm going to tell you something. Your phone can either help you or it can make you stay in a place of a fight or flight. So all of that scrolling and stuff like that, that's going to put you in that state of fight or flight. You cannot move. Have you ever been on TikTok and you're scrolling through TikTok and all of a sudden an hour later you're like, oh, where did the time go? It's like you step into a portal, right? That is very much true. That's exactly what you're doing. You're stepping into a technology portal that is meant to keep you in a state of fight or flight. So here's what I do. I give myself a time. 5 to 10 minutes, I'm going to scroll through social media. Now, there are good things on TikTok that can actually help you. There's also very amazing, wonderful tools on YouTube, obviously, if you're wanting to learn more, that can help you as well. But here's the thing. I put a timer on 5 to 10 minutes. Now, if I'm wanting to learn something new, like right now, I'm really learning about ayahuasca, the plant medicine, learning how, other people's stories before I go and do my own ayahuasca journey, and then eventually host my own ayahuasca ceremonies in the far future. Not right now, not anytime soon, but in the future, that is a goal of mine, right? So I allow myself a couple of extra minutes to go in, but I still set a timer because that is still something that I could see myself scrolling, because when I get into something, like, I want to learn all about it. I'm one of those people, I need to know the ins, the outs of everything, right? I had to know the ins and out of tarot, every little piece of it. So I'm the same way when it's coming to learn about ayahuasca. So again, set a timer. And here's something that I learned from Atomic Habits when I through reading that book. You have to have something that you're going to do after. So when the timer goes off, I'm going to put my phone down and I'm going to go for a walk outside. Or when Elliot just heard the word oops. Anywho, his little ears just went up. He's like, whoa, what? So anywho, or when the timer goes off, I'm going to put my phone down and I'm going to go do laundry or stretch or whatever. You have to have something afterwards, because then you're going to be more inclined to put the phone down and go do whatever it is that you want to do to get away from the phone, okay? Your phone is there. It can be a very helpful tool. It can actually really help you in a lot of things. I use my phone to help me build my business, connect to my clients, connect to my grandparents who live in Wisconsin, even for my daughter. Sometimes, like, I'll let her watch like a little YouTube video or play a game on there, an educational game, whatever. Connect to people on Facebook, connect to Instagram. Like, it can be a wonderful tool to help you to connect. It can also be a wonderful tool to help you grow your business, or if you have an Etsy store, to grow that. A lot of it has wonderful potential. But through the years, all these apps were created to keep us in a state of fight or flight, and that can really hurt your nervous system. That really and truly can hinder your nervous system, because you're no longer trusting yourself, or you're allowing yourself to stay frozen. And when you allow yourself to stay frozen, you don't move. You don't move. You don't allow that energy to flow through you. You don't make decisions. You just stay in that simple frozen state. So you need to stop scrolling. Set a timer. 5 to 10 minutes. You really don't need to be scrolling on Facebook or TikTok or whatever longer than 10 minutes. That can be a long time. Sometimes I have one client that she likes to do 20 minutes. And I'm like, okay, if you want to do 20 minutes, do 20 minutes. That's fine. I find that if I go past like 15 minutes, I start to get a headache. or I kind of get like tired or like feel drained. And it's because your phone is actually an energy drainer. That's why I highly recommend to a lot of people to get shungite, because it will help the RMF waves that come off of your phone. EMF waves. I knew I was saying that wrong. I'm like, wait a second. EMF waves that come off of your phone, shungite can actually trap that. That actually helps with that. It's kind of like when you're wearing like tourmaline or whatever. It's a very grounding crystal. I love shungite. It's a very grounding crystal. It protects you from the EMF waves. It's absolutely amazing. But your phone can send off those waves, which actually can drain your energy, which in return, again, is not going to help your nervous system. So again, take that time, set your timer. There's nothing wrong with setting a timer and being like, hey, I'm not going to do this. Like, I need to go get some stuff done, okay? Next thing, stand behind your decisions. Stand behind them 100%, whatever your decisions are, okay? Whatever choice you make, stand behind it and go with it. So let's say you're like, I want to move out of America. I want to move out of the country. It's a very scary decision, right? It's very scary. There's a lot that goes behind that. But when you make that decision, you need to stand behind it. Don't falter. Don't be like, well, you know, I do have this backup plan and I do have a back door and I can maybe do this, or I can maybe, you know, what if I just wait one more year? You know what happens with that? I'm going to wait one more year. Then the next year comes up. I'm going to wait one more year. And then the next year comes up. I'm going to wait one more year. What happens if you actually follow through on that decision? What happens if you actually move out of the country like you want and go wherever it is? Spain, Portugal, Ireland, I don't know. Where do you want to move? Germany. I have a client that just moved from America to Germany. She freaking loves it, by the way. But she's like, the food here is so much better for you. Anywho, we're not going to get into that story right now. But that is a very good point. You know, we as Americans do eat bad. We're going to get into that in just a minute. But when you make that decision, stand behind it. Yes, some things might happen. The universe is always going to clear that energy. The universe is always going to clear whatever energy needs to be cleared out so that you can do what you're supposed to do to make those decisions to go wherever you're supposed to go. You know, I just had a client that she decided she wanted a new job. So she applied for a new job. She got the new job. She's, you know, she gets in there and she realizes she absolutely hates her manager. Her manager is absolutely horrendous. And she's hearing all of these bad stories from all of her coworkers about what her manager does and watch her back and all this stuff. And she's going, oh my gosh, what kind of a decision did I just do? What did I just do to myself? Did I just made this choice and this is what's happening? And here's the thing. I was like, but you made that decision, so now you need to stand behind it 100%, knowing that you made the right choice, okay? And she did. And what happened is a couple months later, that manager got fired. And then the higher-ups, her manager's bosses, came and said, hey, do you want her job? Because we've been watching you, and we think that you'd be really good in her position. And now she has her manager's job and she absolutely loves her position. She loves what she does. She's a wonderful manager. I just know she's absolutely amazing and doing wonderful things with her employees, her coworkers and stuff like that. But again, she had to stay 100% behind that decision, okay? Next up is shadow work. You have got to do the shadow work. You cannot heal without shadow work. Shadow work is key. Anytime I have a client that comes to work with me that they're like, hey, I feel like I'm in a constant state of fight or flight, I'll say, let's do shadow work. You can't lie to yourself. And doing shadow work makes you go within. And I'm not talking doing the surface level stuff. I know some healers, some people out there that do the surface level. I'm talking go in deep. Go in really, really deep. All of the amazing, wonderful healers that I know, that I have worked with personally, that I would highly recommend, they have done the deep, 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 deep shadow work to the point where they have met their shadow self and they have become friends with their shadow self. And they have a balance between the shadow and the light. Okay, so they're not or over here. They are balanced in between. It's all about balance, you guys. You have to have a balance. Between the dark and the light, there always has to be a balance. Energy exchange has to have a balance. The shadow and the light has to have a balance, right? So when you do that deep shadow work, you're going to go in and you're going to face some hard truths. But then when you're done with that, you're going to be able to do things like when somebody projects onto you or somebody triggers you, for example, you're going to go, why is this person triggering me? Because we know that when somebody triggers you, it's something that you're supposed to work on, right? So let's say I'm talking to somebody and they're triggering the crap out of me. And I'm sitting here going, why is this triggering me? Well, with the amount of shadow work that I've done, I can take a moment, step out of whatever the situation is. I don't even have to step away. I can step right there and I can go, oh, this is why this is triggering me. Okay, I need to work on this. A very, very good example of this is my grandma on Easter triggered the crap out of me. I literally, it was like I was going back to old Brie and I wanted to be like, listen here, okay? But I didn't. I stopped myself because I knew something was off. And she was speaking of a place of my own fear. So she was pulling on my fear of a huge decision that I was making at that particular time. And I was absolutely afraid to make it. But I also knew that if I made this decision, it would be what's best for me and my family, right? And again, here she is pulling on this. She's bringing out all these wounds and all this stuff, and I'm getting fully triggered. And I take a minute and I step back and I'm like, why am I being triggered by this? Why is this making me extremely upset? And I want to tell her to F off and stick it where the sun don't shine or whatever, whatever was going through my mind at the moment. And all of a sudden, I realize as I'm looking into the mirror of myself, I'm like, oh, it's because I'm afraid. She is literally saying the things that I'm afraid to do. She is pulling out the pieces of me that is afraid. She's just being the puppet of me going, I'm too afraid to move forward. What if I make the wrong decision? What if even though I know and I'd already made a decision, I was already going in that direction, I was already going to do it, and I'm already doing it, even though all of that was coming up, I was still afraid, and there was still something inside of me that I needed to work on to release before I could fully step into what I was doing, before I could fully step into that situation or that decision that I was making. So shadow work is key. Now, some wonderful shadow work tools that you can do, and I always teach this. One of my favorites is where you write it down. And I mean to tell you, if you're having a bad day, this is a good one. And you just write down everything that's going on in your life, and you're like, and maybe something just really pisses you off and you're scribbling at it, and you're like, ugh. And then you can rip up your paper and throw it away or burn it. Burning's always my favorite thing. I love to burn things. That sounds bad, but I like to burn paper because I feel like it really releases things out into the universe. So, but writing it down, and then I always like to bring yourself back. Bring yourself back after you're done doing your shadow work. Do things that make you happy. Go dance, walk. Maybe sit there in a quiet meditation for a couple of minutes. But you have to bring yourself back, okay? You can't stay there. Which brings me into my next part. So shadow work is key, okay? So we already know, stop scrolling on your phone, stand behind your decisions, and shadow work. Your food, your diet. You've got to change your diet. If you are eating crappy food, you are going to live a crappy life. There's just no way around it. Don't get me wrong, I'm all about the chippies. I love me some chips. I love tortilla chips. They are my favorite. I love a good juicy cheeseburger from In-N-Out, right? So good. And the French fries, yes. But is it good for me all the time? No. In fact, I just spent 30 days working on my diet completely. So I couldn't eat out. I couldn't eat crappy food, no junk food. And I'm going to tell you guys something. I feel so much better. My wallet also loves me a little bit more. Weird how that works. And I feel that enlightenment. And I'm about to go on a 3-day cleanse as well to end the 30 days. So at the end of the 30 days, my guides were like, you need to do a 3-day cleanse. So And these are things that you can do. Doing a cleanse, as long as you're doing it healthy, as long as you're not, doing it to hurt yourself or just to lose weight, as long as you're doing it in a spiritual way, these things are actually going to help you. So the cleanse that I'm doing was curated by Candace Sumner, who is absolutely amazing. She was my doula. She's been on here before. We're working together in the future. I'm so excited. But she creates a cleanse that you follow for 3 days, and it's meant to put nutrients back in your body while cleansing yourself spiritually, physically, emotionally. The last time I did it, some things came up and I was like, whew, that was stuck in there. But your diet is key. What are you eating? Are you eating high vibrational foods like a lot of fruits and vegetables, or are you allowing yourself to eat mac and cheese and chicken nuggets every night and chips and that kind of stuff? You can eat a lot of those things in a high vibrational way. I make homemade chicken nuggets for Everly that are absolutely delicious, but there's also chicken nuggets out there like the good for you, I think is the brand. Yeah, I can only ever find them at Walmart, but anyways, things like that. They make so many healthy versions now. But I will tell you something, America is the worst when it comes to food. It absolutely is. We have a horrible eating habits. We have access to the worst foods in the world that are meant to lower our vibrations. It's meant to keep us heavy and heavy feeling. So that feeling you feel after you eat an entire thing of pizza, because trust me, I've been there, done that. I could eat me an entire pizza all on my own, okay? But then I don't feel good afterwards. I feel heavy and I feel ooh, and I just, and I'm tired and I don't want to do anything. And it's because all of that food was created to make us feel heavy, to keep us weighed down, to energetically suck that energy out of us. So we've got to start working on our food, putting things like kombucha. I know some people put, I don't know what that stuff is called, not sauerkraut, but something else. It's anything that's gut healthy is really going to help you, okay? Anything that has to do with the gut is going to help you. Lots of fruits and vegetables, greens, kale, that kind of stuff. Make yourself some green juice, If you're going to invest in anything, invest in a juicer or a blender and make yourself some delicious smoothies or some wonderful juices, and just really and truly look at it as an investment in yourself, okay? So, meditating. I'm going to tell you right now, meditation and journal is a game changer when it comes to working on your nervous system. And there are so many wonderful things on YouTube that can help you with your nervous system. There are 528 hertz. There is, which is your heart chakra. There is going to be, if you just Google meditations for my nervous system, actually a lot of things are going to come up, and I'm working on a meditation right now for your nervous system. So if you just wait around, there will be a meditation for that as well. But meditating and journaling, I like to brain dump. Brain dumping is my favorite because it allows me to release what I am holding on to. It allows me to let things go, so I'm not carrying them around with me from day to day, especially before bed. I love to brain dump before bed. There's nothing better than brain dumping before bed, because I'm telling you what, it will help you sleep. And you really need to work on your sleep as well. There's so many studies out there that says that sleep can help with stress. Sleep can help with your nervous system as well. So meditate and journal. And you can do things. I mean, if you are having a hard time meditating, get yourself a candle and just stare at the flame. For like 10 to 15 minutes, just stare at the flame. And what that's doing is it's giving you something to concentrate on, so that you're not allowing your mind to keep shifting and flowing and going in that direction. Instead, you have to concentrate on something, the flame. And actually, it's really cool to watch a flame, because like they do like dances and stuff like that. And I've had some really good meditations when I do like flame candle meditating, I guess is what we're gonna call it. Yep. Okay. Move your body. Move your body. A body at rest stays at rest. A body in motion stays in motion. Also, when you move your body, you can move energy that is stuck. My favorite thing to do is, of course, dance. Turn the music on and get to dancing. Me and Everly, we have dance parties all the time. All right. When Mama is stressed out, Mama turns on the music and we do some really good dance parties in this house. You can do all different kinds of dances. You can just turn on some good music and dance. You can turn on some meditative music and dance to that. Allow the energy to really flow. Do yourself a favor and look up shamanic drumming music and dance to that. I'm going to tell you something. It's a whole different form of allowing the energy to flow through you, but it's so amazing. It's so wonderful. I love it so much. When I'm really feeling like I need to get the energy moving through me, I will go find a drumming meditation music. So, and make sure it's not like anything down. So if you're like, no, I want to listen to something up, like I want to listen to music through Spotify, make sure that it's positive, not anything depressing. Positive music so that you are dancing positively and moving positive energy around you. Again, though, I highly recommend it. Just try. Go find drumming meditative music on YouTube. Try it out because I'm going to tell you it's a game changer. It's absolutely amazing. Okay? The last thing I'm going to leave you guys with is Reiki. So we've moved our bodies, right? We have stopped scrolling. We're standing behind our decisions. We're doing the shadow work. We're changing our diet. We're meditating. And now we've moved our body. Reiki. So whether you're doing Reiki on yourself or you're going to schedule a Reiki session, whichever direction you want to go in, I will tell you something. I love my Reiki sessions for my clients because that is the one time. Well, my clients love it a lot. Let me rephrase that. My clients love it a lot. I love all my sessions, but my clients love Reiki because they tell me that's one of the times where they get to not do anything. So in all the other sessions, I make them do work, right? Because you got to do the work. But in Reiki, you aren't doing anything. I'm the one working on your chakras. You have 7 main chakras in your body. You've got your root, your sacral, your solar, your heart, your throat, your third eye, and your crown, right? Okay. So each of these chakras do something different for you. Something absolutely amazing. You know, your root chakra connects you literally to the earth. It's what roots you to the earth. Your root and your sacral are those nervous systems as well. When you're in that state of fight or flight, your root and your sacral chakra can be off. Reiki can help balance that. It can help take that energy out and remove it and put new energy, positive energy in. And then your sacral chakra, that's like your womb space, your sexual energy, that's your gut feeling, that's connected to your intuition also. So a lot of times, like I tell my clients, you need to make sure your third eye and your sacral are connected so that you're getting your intuition from a very good place. You know, your third eye, your heart, and your sacral. So it's true, it's grounded, and you're seeing, right? So your solar plexus, that's going to be your purpose. That's going to be your creativity. That's yellow. That's going to be your happiness. That's joy. So when we have more joy in our life, the solar plexus spins in the right direction. Your heart chakra, that's your love. That's love coming in and love going out, right? Your throat chakra, that's how you communicate. Your third eye, that's how we see. We perceive things. We see things through our third eye. A lot of people spend most of their life with their third eye or their pineal gland closed. You can do things like cutting fluoride out of your diet or even just eating better will actually clean out that pineal gland. I think it's like I can't think of the word right now. Like declog, I don't know. Anyways, I don't know. The word's not coming to me right now, but anywho. And then you have your crown chakra, and that's what connects you to your higher self, spirit, the universe, all of that wonderful stuff. So when these are all lined up and they're all going in the right direction, you live a more fluid life. You live a more just abundant life. You know what to do. You can make your decisions. You're not in that state of fight or flight. You're not, living out of a place of fear. Instead, you're living in a place of abundance, of right action, spirituality, abundance, all of the wonderful things. So, and you can do Reiki on yourself as well. You can take your hands over each of your chakras. A lot of people like to do a shower cleanse where you rub counterclockwise on each of your chakras. So I like to start from the root up, and I'll just take my hands and go counterclockwise on each of my chakras to open them, and then I let the water just kind of flow through, and I imagine all negative energy just going down the drain. And then I just take my hands to each of my chakras, starting from the root up, and I send positive golden, I like to do positive golden energy to each of the chakras, but you can do whatever you're called to do. And then when you're done, make sure you, of course, close your chakras, okay? It's wonderful. I also like to do something when I get up in the morning, and I'll sit there and I'll go like this. And it just kind of opens up my third eye. I'm like, wake up, honey. It's time to get going for the day, right? It feels good. Just try it, okay? Just try it. So, we're healing our nervous system. We're working on all the things. We're finding a place of abundance. By healing our nervous system, we are learning to trust ourselves. We are learning to trust our intuition. And we are learning to get out of a state of fight or flight, okay? So let's go through it again. Stop scrolling. Set a timer. 5 to 10 minutes. That's all you're going to be scrolling for, okay? Use your phone to help you, not to hinder you. Stand behind your decisions 100%. Whatever choices you make, you're going to stand behind them 100%. Shadow work. You need to do the nitty-gritty shadow work. You need to get deep down in there, and you need to meet your shadow, and you need to become friends with her. Your eating habits. You need to work on your eating habits. Start eating healthier. Kick the junk food out. Try it for 21 days. Did you know it takes 21 days to make or break a habit? So try it for 21 days. In fact, when you take Reiki 1, they tell you it's 21 days for everything to fully integrate, and they actually highly recommend you to do a vegetarian diet for 21 days. I did it when I took my Reiki 1. I did a vegetarian diet, so no meat for 21 days, and I will tell you guys, whoo, did that change a lot of things for me. Holy moly, did it do a lot. It did a lot. It did a lot. Meditating and journal. Meditation is absolutely wonderful. It can help you with stress. It can help you calm down. It can help you connect to your intuition. It can help you connect to Mother Earth. It can help you do a lot of things. Meditation is key. I meditate every single morning, and I also meditate before each of my clients' sessions. So before I call a client for their session, I actually meditate for at least 5 to 10 minutes to start to connect to them and start getting guidance from their guides and their spirits or spirit animals, whoever their spirit team wants to show up for that day. I start to connect with them so that I'm already connected when I make that phone call, right? And then journaling, brain dump that crap. Get it out of you. Gratitude journal. Write down everything that you're grateful for, okay? Move your body. Get to moving your body more. Go for walks, get on the elliptical, work out, dance, whatever you can do to move your body, but move it. And again, go look up drumming music, shamanic drumming music on YouTube, because there's so much to be said about dancing to that. It's just a whole different world. Just try it, okay? Just try it. For me, just try it, okay? And then Reiki. Try Reiki. Whether you're doing Reiki on yourself or you schedule a Reiki session with me or another Reiki practitioner, there's plenty of them out there. Go where you're called to go. If you're like, hey, I feel comfortable with this person over here, I kind of like their style. Their style is like my style. Go there. Always follow that gut instinct, okay? Always follow that. And the reason why I say that is because I know somebody who just went on a retreat, and she kept telling me she felt like something bad was going to happen, and I told her, well, maybe you shouldn't go. Maybe you shouldn't go. And these are one of those things where she's like, well, should I stay behind my decision? And I was like, no, you've already done that. So now it's time for you to decide, do you go through with this, or do you listen to that gut feeling that is telling you not to go? I remember her calling me the night before, and I even told her, I was like, don't go. I'm feeling it. Like, don't go. And she went, and it was very bad. It was horrible. It was an ayahuasca ceremony. She said it was not facilitated correctly. It was, you could feel the negative energy there, like there was like something darkness, something just heavy. And then after she left, she was sick for a very long time. Like she had all sorts of like things coming up. She had the flu, she had a virus, like it was like once she got rid of one thing, she had another. And while ayahuasca can sometimes like make you puke, ayahuasca is a medicine that's going to heal you. It's supposed to heal, it's supposed to help you. It's not supposed to make you sick like that. That's why you're doing those ceremonies, so you get that energy out there, and then the person's supposed to absorb it and put it down to Mother Earth, or however that person takes that energy and releases it so that it's no longer yours, right? That didn't happen. And she literally called me and said, I should have never gone. You were right. And I was right. And I knew that. So then she realized that what she was doing was she was not listening to her intuition. She started all over again. But the point of this is eventually you get to a point where you know your gut is saying, don't do it, don't follow through with it, and you listen to it. Had she listened to it, she wouldn't have gone through all of that. But I think that it was actually good for her to go through that, because she herself also wants to host ayahuasca ceremonies, and now she sees what not to do. So I think it was actually good for her. And in a long way, I also learned through her, because I was like, oh, I don't want to do that when I host an ayahuasca ceremony either. That sounds dangerous. That doesn't sound safe. So let's not do that, right? Because again, you're hosting a lot when you're doing an ayahuasca ceremony. You're doing a lot. So you're literally, that's a big ceremony. That's huge. And she and I both learned from it, and we both had a lot of things to take from it, including that gut feeling that she now listens to 100%. Whenever she's like has that feeling of, no, I shouldn't do this, she doesn't do it. And when she has a good feeling, she goes through with it now. So it just took her that one really bad experience for her to be like, sometimes we listen to that gut instinct. That's what that was. She learned what the gut and the heart meant. The heart is fear, the gut is that instinct, that intuition, okay? So this is going to help you a lot in healing that nervous system. When you do all of these things, I know it's a lot, but when you do all of these things, you come out of a state of fight or flight. And let me tell you guys, it's 2025, okay? I know there's a lot going on out there, and that's why the stop scrolling is the top of the list, because we've got to stop listening to the negative feedback that's coming to us and start realizing what's actually going on and being present in our own lives. When we are present in our lives and we're not on our phones, we actually live a very beautiful life. You know, you do things like play with your kids, or, you know, create something, or create courses, or start a business, or move to another country, or whatever, because you're present and you're not in that place or fight or flight anymore. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode. If you guys did, please hit that like button, that follow, all the wonderful things. I appreciate you guys so much, and I will see you guys in my next episode. Bye, guys.